So since my last clock video, I've actually done a lot of reorganization here, you may be able to see. This one used to be over here, but now it's down there. And this one used to be where this one is now. And this one was originally over here next to my Waterbury, but I moved the electric ones over here because I wanted to have more mechanical ones on display over here by my TV. All that aside, I wanted to try and do a little innards look at this one as well, since I did this one already. I wanted to see what the front part of this movement looks like, and if we open it up, there's some screws all around the face here, and I want to get those off so I can look at the movement from the front. So this is a Korean 31-day striking clock. It strikes on the hour and it strikes on the half hour. As you can see, it's supposed to have 2 chime rods, which I'm kind of upset about. One of them snapped in shipping, so unfortunately there's not much that I can do about it. It uses a deadbeat escapement. Very small pendulum. Here's my finger, my thumb. As you can see, manufactured by Daejin, made in Korea, no jewel. I don't see any dating. I hope maybe I could see some on the front, though I have my doubts because I don't imagine they'd put anything on the front. There's a 3 there, and there's no other markings. The remnants of the chime rod is right here, which is a little bit unfortunate. For some reason on the sticker here, they have to reiterate twice that it was made in Korea. So that kind of makes me think they had this case made in Korea, but then they also had movements that were of higher quality and not made in Korea. These springs are humongous. You'd really want to make sure that these are let down over the course of a month before you even dare to try and work on them. And here it is with its face off now. Now you can get just a slightly better view of the escapement than last time, I guess. Not too much. I'm not going to take the whole movement out of the case. I don't want to risk it with these really big springs either, and these Korean movements. I've noticed with this movement that when the rack drops, it's really loud. Which I'm gonna demonstrate just to show you. We're going to the half hour now. Okay. And listen to how loud it is when it drops. Now I'm going to put the face back on and everything else. Okay, and the face is back on. That took about 20 minutes because I noticed there was an issue with the movement not keeping up with the minute hand. It's really hard to explain, but I had to tighten the knob and position the minute hand a bunch in a certain way so that the movement would chime correctly at the hour. And I had to keep repeating this process until the nut was tight enough. But now we're gonna set the time properly. It's 6:56 in the morning right now. So I'll be back when I get this to the exact time because I'm kind of anal retentive. And we're all set. So, I wanted to say, I really do hope that in the near future, I can try and figure out something I can do about this broken chime rod here, because it's kind of irritating knowing that I have this clock without the other chime rod. I've heard from another clock friend that these pop up on eBay occasionally, so hopefully maybe I can find a cheap one that's for scraps or parts and repair, and I can take the chime block out of it, because I really need that right now. And there you can hear it preparing and dropping the rack onto the snail. So I'll go ahead and just leave you with the 7 o'clock gong in the morning for my room. We'll listen in together. The one you're hearing, which is this Hamilton below the Revere, it likes to go off 1 to 2 minutes before everything else does, because there's something up with the movement and the way that works. Everything else should be taking off here soon. This one's gone, my trend. It's still at the clock shop. I've spoken briefly about what the issue it has is, but to make it short, it's not chiming correctly on any of the 8-note chimes. So that's why it's at the clock shop. And that's all.